Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the WWE 2K25 Universe Mode series. Oh my god! Lash Legend just on her way into the arena and, well, it's Jordynne Grace here in the car park just absolutely assaulting Lash Legend before she can even enter the arena here. First of all, the cone to the face and then again the cone to the head and then a German suplex onto the concrete floor as well. Well, I mean, these two have been going at it for months now, and we know that we're finally going to get these two in a one-on-one matchup at Evolution, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks. But oh my word, a spinning back fist by Jordynne Grace as well. Oh god, Jordynne Grace with a steel chair now, getting a little bit of revenge, following on from last week when Lash Legend assaulted Jordynne Grace. And Jordynne Grace is not playing about here. Another cone to the midsection this time. Just beating down Lash Legend. My goodness. Well, is she finished here? Jordynne Grace clearly happy with herself. Finally getting her hands on Lash Legend. And it looks like Jordynne Grace is going to make her way into the arena. But, well, look at the condition of Lash Legend here as we kick off Monday Night Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, what a start we have had to Monday Night Raw as we continue the WWE 2K25 Universe Mode series. And we have Seth freaking Rollins out here at ringside with a message for the WWE Universe. Wonder what Seth freaking Rollins has got to say here this evening, especially after last week where he was pinned by the Tribal Chief in the King of the Ring quarter-final matchup.
Last week, I was robbed. Roman Reigns, that snake, that liar, he cheated me out of my rightful place in the King of the Ring tournament. He blindsided me. He stole it from me. And the worst part, he's still walking around calling himself the Tribal Chief, pretending he's some changed man, but I know the truth. He's still the same manipulative coward he's always been. And now he's got everybody fooled again.
Hold on a second. Well, Sami Zayn is out here, the man who returned back at Survivor Series to assist the Bloodline. But Sami Zayn, why is he out here this evening? Why is he interrupting Seth freaking Rollins of all people? Sami Zayn, of course, was stood across from Seth freaking Rollins inside of War Games, and Sami Zayn is the reason why Roman Reigns' team was able to get the victory inside of the War Games structure. But let's see what Sami Zayn has got to say here.
Seth, I think you need to stop. What are you talking about, man? Seriously? You're being delusional, man. I don't have anything against you. You and I, we go way back. But I've been watching you for weeks now, and I gotta say it. You're the one being the real cancer of this division right now.
Oh, that's cute. That's real cute, Sammy. So let me ask you something. What did Roman say to you after you helped him win at War Games, huh? You remember that? He told you it didn't change a thing, right? That he still didn't trust you. He looked you right in the eyes and reminded you of exactly what you are. A tool, a pawn, a charity case. So what are you even doing here, huh? You're like a lost puppy chasing after someone who already kicked you to the curb.
You're wrong, Seth. I didn't come back for Roman. Jimmy called me, said they needed help, that's it. And as for why I came back at all, that's simple. Because my former best friend tried to end my career at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens tried to take everything from me. So I decided to take something back.
Well, now we know why Sami Zayn has returned, but Seth freaking Rollins has heard enough here, it seems. Sami Zayn left in the ring all alone here. Hold on a second, it's Kevin Owens. What is he doing? Kevin Owens taking Sami Zayn out from behind here. What on earth is Kevin Owens doing? The referee trying to stop him. And Kevin Owens now tackling Sami Zayn to the ground. And while the referee can't seem to get a hold of these two, can't seem to control this situation. I'm not sure he wants to get in the way of Kevin Owens here. Sami Zayn being viciously beaten down as Seth freaking Rollins just leaves the arena. Seemingly just allowing Kevin Owens to have his way with Sami Zayn right here into a big splash. And while these two just picking up where they left off back at WrestleMania. And while the question has to be asked, what is Kevin Owens thinking here by attacking Sami Zayn? Clearly he's not too pleased at the fact that Sami Zayn was able to get a pinfall over him inside of War Games. So Kevin Owens just delivering a vicious assault, a vicious beatdown onto his former best friend Sami Zayn, the man who he tried to end his career at WrestleMania. Luckily for Sami, he was able to dodge that shoulder tackle on the apron there. Although maybe not so lucky for Sami Zayn. Planted onto the apron by Kevin Owens. Well, Sami Zayn knows exactly how malicious Kevin Owens can be. So you have to hope for Sami Zayn's sake that he's somehow able to defend himself here. Luckily, he was able to put the brakes on before colliding with the steel steps. But Kevin Owens just absolutely beating down Sami Zayn right now. Sending him back inside the ring once more. And while the referee wisely not getting in the way of Kevin Owens here. But Sami Zayn may have made a big mistake by coming back to try and get some revenge over Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens on the second rope, but Sami Zayn going to try and fight back into this one. Sami Zayn now with Kevin Owens. German suplex connecting. Well, these two, every time they're in the ring together, whether they're on the same side or opposing sides, it's always one heck of a bout between them. There's Sami Zayn now. Oh, may have been thinking about some ground and pound, but Kevin Owens able to slide on in behind. And a big right hand by Kevin Owens again. And Kevin Owens, big drop kick, dropping Sami Zayn to the outside once more. And Kevin Owens just talking trash to Sami Zayn here, telling Sami that he should have stayed on the shelf because otherwise Kevin Owens will put him back there. And now Sami Zayn getting back into the ring. He's not going to take that kind of trash talk. This is exactly why Sami Zayn returned. He wanted to get some revenge on Kevin Owens, and now Sami Zayn into an arm drag. Getting the upper hand once again. Oh, Sami Zayn into a Hurricane Rana. Kevin Owens ran straight into that one. And now Sami Zayn looks like he's got a Dragon Sleeper locked in there, but Kevin Owens colliding with a clothesline. Didn't quite catch all of it. As now Sami Zayn reverse DDT, planting Kevin Owens. And well, I feel like we need some security out here to break these two up. But Sami Zayn cranking away at the neck of Kevin Owens. We know that Kevin Owens has had neck issues in the past. So maybe Sami Zayn trying to work on that area. Of course, Sami Zayn would have had neck issues as well after WrestleMania, being package pile drived all over the arena. As now Sami Zayn with the exploder suplex into the corner. And Kevin Owens, well, he may have made a big mistake here. Because Sami Zayn now just trying to decide what he wants to do next, it seems. Sami Zayn sending Kevin Owens into the corner, looking for the haluva kick. But Kevin Owens saw it coming. Sami Zayn able to duck on underneath that clothesline and then delivering that DDT. Well, these two know each other so well. And Sami Zayn now up on the top rope. And Kevin Owens into a crossbody. And Sami Zayn is having his way with Kevin Owens now. Some ground and pound again. Well, Kevin Owens has been busted wide open here. So once again, not the wisest decision this from Sami Zayn. Now Sami Zayn looking for a drop kick, but Kevin Owens able to avoid it. Well, Kevin Owens back to his feet going for a drop kick of his own, and Sami Zayn able to avoid it that time. Neck breaker connecting for Sami. And Kevin Owens wisely rolling to the apron here. Kevin Owens is in quite a state. Looks like Sami Zayn was well prepared for this battle. But now Sami Zayn planting Kevin Owens on the apron this time. We need to get some security out here to break these two up, because I don't think these two are gonna stop at any time soon. Kevin Owens now sent into the barricade, and Sami Zayn now playing up to the WWE Universe. And while Sami Zayn here continuing the beatdown on Kevin Owens, and while the referee finally trying to break these two up, calling for some security, and it's about time that we got these two separated. And ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have a man who is clearly very, very unhappy here on Monday Night Raw after last week, where Rusev actually called out Braun Strowman because the week before he was cost his Intercontinental Championship matchup, where he answered the call of Obafemi's open challenge, but Braun Strowman couldn't help himself and decided to get involved, attacking the champion and ultimately costing this man his chance at the Intercontinental Championship. So Rusev called out Braun Strowman last week, but let's see, will Braun Strowman answer the call here? Well, the monster among men is here, answering the call. Two absolute monsters are about to collide here on Monday Night Raw. Rusev clearly seeking some kind of revenge over the monster among men, but Braun Strowman has clearly got some issues with the Intercontinental Champion Obafemi. But here tonight, Braun Strowman has got to deal with Rusev one-on-one in singles action on Monday Night Raw. And so here we go, two monsters colliding, but well, Rusev just catching Braun Strowman right out the gates here. As now Braun Strowman just targeting the arm, cranking away at the shoulder of Rusev here. The monster among men looking to overpower Rusev. It's not very often that you could say that anyone's able to overpower a man like Rusev. But Braun Strowman is one of the most powerful superstars in the division, and he's looking to utilize that power in the early goings here, just trying to wear out Rusev perhaps. Trying to teach Rusev a lesson, I guess. Got that headlock cinched in deep here. Cranking away. But now Rusev able to use his own power to slide on out of it. As now Rusev just tossing Braun Strowman with a hip toss there. Making it look easy and then going for the headbutt but missing out on that one. Strowman able to roll on out of the way of that one. Now, oh my word, just squeezing the skull here. Trying to crush the skull of Rusev. And then tossing him into the turnbuckle pad there. Well, Rusev may have made a big mistake by calling out the monster among men. As now these two locking up once more. A power struggle between these two as Rusev gets the upper hand over the monster, driving him back into the corner. And then a cheap shot as well to follow by Rusev. Now Rusev hooking the arm. Oh my word, look at the power. Braun Strowman though, able to find his feet and avoid that suplex attempt. Rusev sent to the outside. Braun Strowman though, maybe just waiting for Rusev to get back to his feet perhaps. Is he going to take a count out victory here maybe? Rusev is stirring and Braun Strowman decides to head to the outside as well. May have waited a little bit too long though. Finding a reversal with a big strike to the midsection. As now Braun Strowman with Rusev up on his shoulders. Rusev planted face first onto the apron. And oh my word. Well, the Intercontinental Champion, well, he is here, Obafemi, at the stage here, just getting the attention of Braun Strowman. Well, Braun Strowman is in the middle of a matchup right now, but hold on a second. The referee trying to stop Strowman here. Trying to make sure that Strowman continues his matchup against Rusev, but Braun Strowman is making a beeline for the Intercontinental Champion. And well, we may need some security because that referee is not going to stop these two. And well, there's going to be a disqualification caused once again in a match involving Rusev because these two just laying into each other. Finally, some security trying to separate these two monsters.
You know, Dakota, I've been thinking, that little championship you're holding, yeah, I deserve that. I deserve a shot at that title tonight. Because if you're really as focused as you say you are, and if you're as good as you think you are, you'll put it on the line against the greatest female superstar to ever exist. Me.
You think you deserve a title shot, Liv? That's funny. Because I remember Stephanie Vakir beating you last week in the Queen of the Ring tournament. You remember that? Oh, and the week before that, on the go-home show of Raw before Survivor Series, Io Sky pinned you in the middle of that ring. And let's not forget that I beat you back at Saturday night's main event to earn my opportunity at this championship. So no, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of anyone in this locker room. But if you want a shot at this championship, you're going to have to earn it.
Earn it? Fine. You want me to earn it? I'll go talk to Shawn Michaels myself. We'll see who's laughing when I get what I want. Enjoy your little title reign while it lasts, sweetheart.
Well, it seems like Liv Morgan has her eyes on the Women's Intercontinental Champion and the title itself. And hold on a second. Well, Julia again.
How many times are we going to get screwed before somebody admits what's happening here? Survivor Series, a no disqualification match, and somehow a rope break gets called. Then last week, we're seconds away from getting back on track, and what happens? Ciampa's feet were literally inches away from being planted back on the ring mat, in between the ropes, but guess what? Count out. You really expect us to believe that's coincidence? You really expect us to think all of this is just bad luck? No! This is a setup. Someone's pulling the string. Someone is trying to bury DIY.
We've been around too long to believe in coincidence. We know this business. We know how it works. You don't make it to the top without enemies. And we've been to the top plenty. Maybe it's the Bullet Club. Maybe it's the Street Profits. Maybe it's somebody in management who's afraid of what happens when DIY takes back what's ours. We don't know who it is yet, but we will. We're gonna find out.
Because this ends when we say it ends. The rope breaks, the countouts, the screw jobs, it all stops now. You can keep trying to hold us down, you can keep rigging the game, but we're not playing anymore. We're rewriting the rules.
To the Street Profits, to Fraxium, to everyone in the locker room, to all the referees, to whoever's pulling the strings. You want to make DIY the villains? Fine. You want to treat us like criminals? Then don't cry when we start acting like it.
This is your fault, all of it. You created this version of DIY. And now we're gonna set things straight, by any means necessary.
Tick-tock. The reckoning starts now.
And ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have a #1 contenders match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And first off out here, we have Lyra Valkyria. So Lyra Valkyria has basically been in the middle of a blood feud with Becky Lynch as of late, the former Women's Intercontinental Champion. And Lyra Valkyria is essentially the reason as to why Becky Lynch lost her championship back at Survivor Series to Dakota Kai. But here tonight, Lyra Valkyria gets an opportunity to earn herself a championship title match in the near future. But can Lyra Valkyria be victorious here tonight? And here is her opponent. It is Liv Morgan, a woman who we saw earlier on this evening interrupting the Women's Intercontinental Champion on her way through the arena. And Liv Morgan stated that she believes that she should be the next in line for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. However, it must be said that Liv Morgan hasn't exactly had the greatest time here in WWE 2K Universe mode as a whole. She's yet to win a singles championship here. And even a few weeks ago, she was the one that was pinned in a tag team match against Io Sky and Kairi Sane. So I'm not sure why Liv Morgan believes that she should be the next in line. But regardless, here we go. Bell rings and we're underway here between these two. Liv Morgan, quick strikes out of the gate. Liv Morgan just taking the fight to Lyra Valkyria here this evening. Liv Morgan wants that first singles championship on the main roster, but Lyra Valkyria is one heck of a superstar as well. It must be said that in 2K24's universe mode, when Jade Cargill first moved over to Monday Night Raw, Lyra Valkyria was the one who was causing Jade Cargill issues, and eventually Jade Cargill finally got a victory over Lyra Valkyria back at the Royal Rumble. But now off with a springboard. Liv Morgan was looking for that drop kick, couldn't quite find it. And now into a waist lock, standing waist lock with Lyra Valkyria here. Liv Morgan trying to get the upper hand, but now Lyra Valkyria cranking away at the neck here, targeting the spine and the neck of Liv Morgan. Really cranking away here is Lyra Valkyria. Liv Morgan could be in some trouble. She's trying to break out of the hold here, but it's cinched in deep. And Liv Morgan now is slowly trying to make her way back to her feet, but Lyra Valkyria transitioning into a bit of a shoulder lock here. And Lyra Valkyria is just manhandling Liv Morgan right now. Liv Morgan struggling to get herself back into this matchup. An arm drag as well to follow. Being a little bit out-wrestled at the start of this one, but Liv Morgan showcasing her athleticism now. Liv Morgan with a Hurricane Rana, taking Lyra Valkyria down to the mat. It must be said as well that Lyra Valkyria made it clear that she doesn't really care about championship gold. She wants to get her revenge on Becky Lynch. So it is surprising that she's involved in this #1 contenders matchup. I guess maybe she may have reconsidered and she may have realized that if she is able to get that championship, the Women's Intercontinental title, then it will definitely rub salt in the wound for Becky Lynch. And now, Liv Morgan slowly back to her feet, able to avoid that big kick, and that could be a big turning point in this one. And then driving Lyra Valkyria head first into the canvas. Liv Morgan now up to the second rope, into the dropkick connecting. Lyra Valkyria sent across the ring. And now Liv Morgan, with Lyra Valkyria in her clutches, drives her face first into the turnbuckle, and Lyra Valkyria has been busted wide open here. But she's able to find a reversal and drop Liv Morgan on the back of her neck and the back of her head. As now looking for a drop kick there, but Liv Morgan one step ahead. Liv Morgan seems to have done her research in preparation for this matchup, but now Lyra Valkyria off with a crossbody. And oh, hold on a second. Well, hold on a second. That's Becky Lynch. Well, Lyra Valkyria needs to remain focused here because she's in the middle of a matchup. Oh my word, the man is here. Becky Lynch with a steel chair, but Lyra Valkyria able to get the reversal and now dropping Becky Lynch onto the steel chair. Liv Morgan back into the ring. And well, Becky Lynch trying to cost Lyra Valkyria her opportunity here tonight, but Lyra Valkyria able to thwart Becky Lynch's attempt at an attack here. Now Lyra Valkyria still with the upper hand, planting Liv Morgan, and I wonder how Liv Morgan is going to feel about this as well. But off the ropes goes Lyra Valkyria as Liv Morgan now trying to get the upper hand once more into a drop toe hold. And then just walking a tightrope, the disrespect to Lyra Valkyria, but off the springboard into the drop kick connecting. Well, maybe that distraction may have just helped out with Liv Morgan. It looked like for a moment Lyra Valkyria may have built some more momentum off of it, but at the moment Lyra Valkyria could be in trouble because Liv Morgan is slowly building her own momentum. Oh, and Liv Morgan now, hold on a second, she's been caught and planted off of a power slam. Lyra Valkyria now hooking the arm, hoisting up and driving Liv Morgan head first, spiking her head into the canvas. She may be down and out. This could be a KO, but no. Big kick out found by Liv Morgan. Lyra Valkyria almost delivering a brain buster of sorts off of that suplex just a moment ago. But Liv Morgan now hanging Lyra Valkyria up on that top rope. So Dakota Kai, obviously the current champion, but these two fighting for the opportunity to fight against Dakota Kai for that Women's Intercontinental Championship. And Liv Morgan now could potentially be thinking about a count out, but Lyra Valkyria slowly back to her feet. She was stirring ever so slightly, but Liv Morgan decided to deliver a suicide dive, making sure that Lyra Valkyria wouldn't make it back to her feet here. Now sending Lyra Valkyria into the steel steps for good measure. Liv Morgan letting out her vicious streak here. As we stated before, Liv Morgan wants an opportunity at singles gold here in Universe mode. She is yet to taste that. Oh my word. Lyra Valkyria has just been caught. The power of Liv Morgan driving the knee into the spine. And while the referee's count is increasing here, Liv Morgan heading back into the ring on a 7 count. Is Lyra Valkyria going to be able to beat the count here? An 8 count by the referee. Liv Morgan is talking trash to Lyra Valkyria, who seems to be down and out right now. And Liv Morgan is going to take the victory off of the count out. And Liv Morgan is the #1 contender off of the count out victory. And well, I'm sure that Lyra Valkyria will not be too pleased that Becky Lynch decided to get herself involved, but Liv Morgan gets exactly what she wanted, and she would have an opportunity at the Women's Intercontinental Championship in the near future. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we are into the semi-finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. And first off out here, we have Naomi. So Naomi, of course, is one of the superstars who was in the final 3 of the Survivor Series gauntlet match. She had a couple of opportunities where maybe she could have got a couple of eliminations, but it seemed like she decided against that, and it ultimately cost her. And she was eliminated before she could win that Survivor Series gauntlet match and get a second opportunity at Jade Cargill and the Women's World Championship at SummerSlam. But now Naomi has a second opportunity, because if she can win the Queen of the Ring tournament, then she could propel herself over to that main event in SummerSlam, and she could add herself into the matchup with Lash Legend and essentially make it a triple threat match. But we have seen that Jade Cargill is successful even in a triple threat match when the odds are against her. So I mean, we have to wonder, can anyone really dethrone the Storm here in WWE 2K25's Universe Mode series? I'm sure that Naomi probably thinks that she is the woman to do so. We did, of course, see Naomi in action as well at Survivor Series in tag team action alongside Jordynne Grace, where surprisingly enough she took the victory and wouldn't allow Jordynne Grace to get revenge on Lash Legend. And here is her opponent. It is La Primera. It is Stephanie Vaquer, the woman who last week was victorious in the matchup in the Queen of the Ring tournament, defeating Julia, Io Sky and Liv Morgan, actually getting a pinfall victory over Liv Morgan. So that is another loss that is on the record for Liv Morgan. Well, Liv Morgan is now the #1 contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship after earlier on tonight. But here, La Primera is looking to progress in the Queen of the Ring tournament and get a second bite at the cherry at Jade Cargill as well. Stephanie Vaquer stated that she believed that Jade Cargill was desperate back at Survivor Series because La Primera pushed her to the limit. So Naomi and Stephanie Vaquer in the semi-final of the Queen of the Ring tournament. So here we go, bell rings and we're underway here. Stephanie Vaquer taking on Naomi in the Queen of the Ring semi-final here. Big kick across the chest there by Naomi. And you have to wonder whether either of these two superstars will get another opportunity at the Women's World Championship. If they are to lose this matchup, it definitely sends them to the back of the line. And I mean, Stephanie Vaquer had her opportunity at Survivor Series and she just about missed out on that one. Naomi, of course, had her opportunity back at Backlash, and she's kind of been trying to work her way back up to it ever since then. But Naomi also coming ever so close in that gauntlet match back at Survivor Series, but unfortunately for her, she wasn't successful. As for right now, Stephanie Vaquer looking to out-wrestle Naomi. Naomi sending Stephanie off of the ropes here. Naomi using her athleticism with a drop kick connecting right on the jaw, and then a leg drop as well to follow. And Naomi a little bit desperate into the cover early on here, trying to test out Stephanie Vaquer, who's able to power out. So I mean, I wonder how Naomi will feel about all the talk about Stephanie Vaquer pushing Jade Cargill to the limit more so than anyone else has, because of course Naomi had that matchup with Jade Cargill back at Backlash. So she may feel a little bit disrespected, but Naomi now trying to get the crowd behind her. But I mean, crowd seems to be more so behind Stephanie Vaquer here this evening. Although they're beginning to get behind Naomi as well. Stephanie though, fighting back into this one. So one of these two superstars will head to Evolution to compete in the Queen of the Ring final. But now, the referee trying to break these two up here. And oh, a cheap shot there by Stephanie Vaquer. That's unlike her. Just a jab at the throat to try and get the upper hand. And it seems like she's trying to take advantage now, but a big elbow by Naomi Things are starting to get a little bit nasty here. Stephanie sent to the outside. Naomi up to the top rope here. Naomi diving elbow drop off the top rope to the outside. Risky maneuver, but it pays off for Naomi. Naomi still trying to get the crowd behind her, looking for the rear view. But Stephanie Vaquer able to find the reversal and then the boot to the face. Stephanie Vaquer was in the driving seat for just a moment there, I was going to say. But Naomi finding a jawbreaker, finding a second wind here. Naomi looking for her first world championship here in universe mode. There's now Naomi into the cover. Lateral press. Is it going to be enough? Just a 1 count found. Stephanie Vaquer. It's going to take a lot more than that to keep her down. As Naomi looking for the leg drop. Couldn't connect with it. Stephanie Vaquer rolling to the outside. Not sure what she was thinking there. She may have forgotten the rules for the matchup briefly just then. We do have disqualifications and countouts as a factor here, but into a roll-up. Naomi able to kick out. This match stays alive, at least for now. Of course, on Friday Night SmackDown, we will be having the other semi-final of the Queen of the Ring tournament, which will have Tiffany Stratton facing off against Blake Monroe. In shocking fashion, Blake Monroe was able to pin Rhea Ripley to progress in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Big DDT connecting for Stephanie Vaquer. Now Naomi brought back to her feet here, and she could be in trouble. Stephanie Vaquer with the SVB. Into the cover, hooking a leg. Is it going to be enough to get the victory? No. Naomi able to power out this time. Stephanie now out to the apron. The WWE Universe egging these two superstars on here. Stephanie Vaquer was looking for the crossbody, but Naomi saw it coming. Naomi may have forgotten about the rules of this matchup as well. As Naomi now looking for the dropkick, but Stephanie Vaquer was just able to sidestep it. Big right hand now. These two going back and forth, biting it out to earn themselves a spot in that Queen of the Ring final and potentially earn themselves a spot at SummerSlam. Of course, we're yet to find out who Lash Legend and CM Punk are choosing to face off at SummerSlam. But now, sent off the ropes here. Big super kick connecting. The interesting fact is, despite whoever Lash Legend or CM Punk chooses, the winners of the Queen of the Ring and King of the Ring tournament will be facing the champion on their brand. German suplex connecting. So if either one of these two superstars were to win here and then win the Queen of the Ring tournament, into the boot to the face again by Stephanie Vaquer, then they would potentially go on to face Jade, Cargill, maybe Lash Legend as well. But into the cover. Big kick out found by Naomi once again. Stephanie Vaquer out to the apron, up to the top rope now. Stephanie, what is she thinking here? Stephanie Vaquer into the splash off the top rope. That's got to be it. Hooking a leg to progress to the final. No, big kick out found again by Naomi. Stephanie Vaquer is pulling out all the stops here, but Naomi seems to have an answer to whatever is thrown at her. Stephanie Vaquer now continuing to fight on here. Oh, and she's dumped over the top rope by Naomi. Big reversal there. Could be a turning point in this one. As now heading to the outside. Oh, big elbows to the midsection now by Naomi. Big kicks as well to follow. Oh, and a huge kick by Naomi, dropping Stephanie Vaquer almost onto the steel steps. But luckily for Stephanie, she just about missed it. Could have been face first. That could have been catastrophic for Stephanie Vaquer. But now Naomi making sure that Stephanie collides with the steel steps this time. Naomi showing a little bit more aggression than what we're used to seeing from her. Naomi putting on the brakes though, making sure she doesn't collide with those steel steps. A 6 count now by the referee. The count is getting on here into the steel steps by Stephanie Vaquer as Naomi. And Stephanie now, she could have potentially taken a count out victory, but These two brawling on the outside. They need to get inside the ring. An 8 count. Stephanie quickly back into the ring. And Naomi follows just in time. Stephanie may have thought that she had the victory. But Naomi is going to take advantage. Planting Stephanie Vaquer. Hooking her legs, stacking her up. This could be it. Stephanie Vaquer is just about able to power out. Stephanie Vaquer almost making a big mistake here. And I mean, I guess that would play into what Jade Cargill has stated, is that she believes Stephanie Vaquer is still just a rookie. And Jade Cargill must believe that she thwarted that spark before it could even become a flame. And now Stephanie Vaquer off of the apron and just missing out on that crossbody. She overshot it. Making a few mistakes here, Stephanie Vaquer. She may be suffering from maybe a minor concussion after colliding with the steel steps outside and being dropped out onto the floor. But now Naomi hanging her up, neck first on that top rope. Naomi now acting like a shark who smells blood in the water here. Stephanie Vaquer in trouble. Naomi spiking Stephanie on the top of her head into the canvas. And Naomi could be closing in on a victory here. Up to the top rope. And Stephanie Vaquer slowly back to her feet. But Naomi still going to fly into the blockbuster. And Naomi into the corner. Split-legged moonsault connecting. Hooking the leg now. Naomi to progress in the Queen of the Ring tournament. No! Big kick out found by Stephanie Vaquer. La Primera surviving. But Naomi, like the shark in the water, she smells blood. She has Stephanie Vaquer on the ropes, but now Stephanie with just enough time to recover, backing it up and charging, but Naomi gets the boots up. Well, what a matchup this is between these two. This could be a premium live event matchup itself. Two of the best in the division. DDT connecting now for Naomi. Just back and forth between these two constantly. Neither superstar is able to grab a grip on this matchup and keep a hold of it. But now Naomi into the crossbody. Naomi is slowly building some momentum here. Oh, Stephanie Vaquer though, finding a big reversal. And Naomi now dropped on the back of her neck. And Stephanie Vaquer is growing in confidence here. Out to the apron once more. Stephanie Vaquer looking for the crossbody again and couldn't connect with it. Naomi seems to have that well scouted. And she gets the upper hand once more. Naomi now out to the apron, looking for the leg drop. Couldn't connect with that either. Stephanie Vaquer must have that well scouted. Now neck drop dropping Naomi on the back of her neck. Stephanie Vaquer out to the apron once more. Maybe thinking about that crossbody again here. Not sure how wise it is, but she connects with it this time. And Naomi could be in big trouble. Stephanie Vaquer up to the top rope. Looking for the big splash connecting. Is it going to be enough? Hooking the leg. Naomi in big trouble. And she's just about able to get the shoulder up. I thought for sure Stephanie Vaquer had this matchup won. But now Stephanie Vaquer looking to inflict more punishment here. Targeting the legs of Naomi, trying to wear her out towards the end of this matchup. Into the later parts of this matchup, I should say. And now Stephanie Vaquer slowing her movements, very methodic here. Perhaps the matchup is causing some wear and tear on both of these superstars. The boot to the face again, and that's surely got to be it. Stephanie Vaquer into the cover for the victory. She's done it. Stephanie Vaquer progresses in the Queen of the Ring tournament. So Stephanie Vaquer will go on to face either Tiffany Stratton or Blake Monroe in the final of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Jade Cargill, you may not be finished with Stephanie Vaquer just yet, because she seems to be back on a roll again.
You know, I've been sitting back all week watching the same story play out over and over again. Lash legend running her mouth, Jordynne Grace swinging at everything that moves, Naomi trying to play the hero, and somehow, they all still think they belong anywhere near my level. Lash legend, let's start with you. You can't even handle Jordynne Grace. You talk about being the face of the women's division, but you can't even survive the parking lot. I mean, really? At Bash in Berlin, I beat both you and Jordynne at the same time. 2-for-1 special. And since then, nothing's changed. You've had your chances. You've had your moments. And every single time, you've been put in your place. You've been put down by the hands of the storm. So, if you even make it to SummerSlam, Lash, just know the result will be the same as it always is. Jade Cargill, still standing, still dominating, still champion. And Naomi, you just keep proving my point. Back at Backlash, you talked a big game. You said you were back to take over, that this was your time. And what happened? You failed. You had one shot at the women's world title and you blew it. And now, you're out here wasting your time playing hero, trying to save your little friends instead of saving your career. You see, that's why you were forgotten about in 2024. Because you dream big, Naomi, but you've never had the talent to match it. If you actually knew how to focus on the things that matter instead of getting caught up in everyone else's mess, then maybe, just maybe, you might earn another opportunity. Not win it, of course, but at least get another chance. And then we've got Stephanie Vaquer. Your win over Naomi tonight? Cute. Nothing impressive, but cute. You see, at Survivor Series, you stood across from me, and you learned the difference between potential and perfection. You said I was desperate? That's exactly why you're still a rookie, Stephanie. You don't understand what greatness looks like up close. I wasn't desperate. I was smart. I did exactly what I said I would do. I snuffed out that little spark before it ever had the chance to become a flame. You think you pushed me? You think you exposed me? All you did was remind the world that Jade Cargill doesn't get lucky. Jade Cargill plans to win. Because that's what greatness does. And you know what, Stephanie? I actually hope you win this little Queen of the Ring tournament, because then I get to make history again. Then I get to stack you and Lash Legend side by side, or on top of each other, however I wish. The storm has already arrived. There's no outrunning it, no escaping it, no surviving.
And ladies and gentlemen, as we move into the main event of the evening, we have the current #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship. It is Drew McIntyre marching his way down to the ring, and the Scottish psychopath is looking for a bit of revenge after last week when CM Punk was able to take advantage of both him and the World Champion and deliver multiple go-to-sleeps to this man. But also CM Punk delivered a GTS to the World Heavyweight Champion as well, as we kicked off Monday Night Raw last week. And we even saw Jacob Fatu, the Samoan Werewolf, with the Money in the Bank briefcase, teasing a cash-in. But here tonight, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk revisit an old rivalry. And here is the man who won the 30-man gauntlet match back at Survivor Series. The Cult of Personality. So CM Punk about to take on an old foe. A man who he knows all too well after their rivalry back in WWE 2K25's Universe Mode series. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk went back and forth. We saw them compete in an I Quit match and Inferno match as well. And Drew McIntyre was actually the man to walk away from that feud with the W after CM Punk, in a special guest referee match back at the Royal Rumble, seemed to blame Stone Cold Steve Austin, the man who was the general manager at the time and was actually the special guest referee in that matchup. CM Punk blamed him for that loss, and CM Punk and Stone Cold would head on to WrestleMania to fight it out one-on-one, where CM Punk actually put down the rattlesnake. And now here tonight, he gets his hands on Drew McIntyre once again. So here we go, main event action. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk about to go head-to-head, and Drew McIntyre may have been thinking about going for a Claymore kick right out of the gates there, but CM Punk finding a reversal almost immediately. Oh, and a big clubbing blow to the spine of Drew McIntyre just there, and then a kick as well to the hamstring. And Drew McIntyre fighting out of the corner. These two pretty much picking up where they left off in their rivalry in 2K24's Universe Mode series. Big strikes now by CM Punk, dropping Drew McIntyre down to one knee. Drew McIntyre, of course, did get the victory in the Inferno match and that special guest referee match in 2K24's Universe Mode series, and CM Punk almost getting a victory early on there. Just testing out the Scottish psychopath, seeing exactly what Drew McIntyre has in the tank here. There's now Drew McIntyre dropping CM Punk spine first onto the canvas. And now Drew McIntyre hoisting up CM Punk and slamming him down to the mat. So of course CM Punk hasn't actually made his decision just yet as to which champion he is going to choose to face at SummerSlam. But now Drew McIntyre off of the top rope, and it looked like CM Punk may have got a reversal there. But of course CM Punk is a SmackDown superstar, so I mean, you have to wonder, the fact that he is over here on Monday Night Raw so often, does that mean maybe he's looking at that World Heavyweight Championship perhaps? Or maybe, just maybe, he wants to send a message to the locker room. And we could also even see CM Punk versus either Randy Orton or The Rock, depending on who wins in the unification match at Crown Jewel between those two. But now, in the center of the ring, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre locking up into a headlock here. CM Punk trying to wear down the bigger man, trying to out-wrestle Drew McIntyre. And CM Punk is the best in the world, so he's doing exactly that. And the WWE Universe, slowly over the last few weeks, since CM Punk has got that victory at Survivor Series, seems like the WWE Universe are slowly getting behind CM Punk here. Including in this matchup as he just drops Drew McIntyre neck first onto the bottom rope there. And hold on a second, Drew McIntyre's in big trouble. The Anaconda Vice is locked in, but a couple of big knees to the back of the head there by Drew McIntyre, able to break up the hold. CM Punk, no, finding a reversal, oh my word. Drew McIntyre hoisted up. GTS connecting again. Just like last week, into the cover, the WWE Universe chanting for CM Punk, who's looking for the victory. But he couldn't quite do so just yet. And now CM Punk into the cover once more. A little bit desperate here from CM Punk. Drew McIntyre kicks out at a 1 count this time. The WWE Universe want to see these two continue fighting on here. As CM Punk just playing up to the crowd for a moment with a bit of a smirk on his face. He has the upper hand, at least momentarily, but into a DDT reversal by Drew McIntyre. Now Drew McIntyre just brutally stomping away at CM Punk here. And then Glasgow Kiss connecting right on the button into the cover. Drew McIntyre, Punk could be knocked out cold, but no. Big kick out found, of course, depending on the decision that CM Punk makes about his SummerSlam opponent, depending on whether Drew McIntyre is victorious against Bron Breakker in his championship match, we could be seeing this match at SummerSlam. But Claymore kick connecting for Drew McIntyre into the cover, but no. CM Punk able to power out this time. Big kickouts found by both men. Both men throwing heavy hitters early on in this one. As we stated before, both men continuing where they left off in 2K24's Universe mode. CM Punk now offered a springboard into a senton. Into the cover once more. CM Punk looking for the victory here, but no. Big kick out found by Drew McIntyre. And now stomper again at the shoulder and the elbow here by CM Punk. And now DDT to the foot and the ankle. CM Punk now heading up to the top rope. Drew McIntyre back into the ring though. Is he going to be able to thwart CM Punk? He can't. CM Punk able to deliver that double axe handle, and Punk is signaling for the end here. And oh my word, CM Punk into the Anaconda Vice once again, but luckily for Drew McIntyre, a rope break is called here. And Drew McIntyre now crawling into the corner, but CM Punk with a big knee across the face. And CM Punk is setting up Drew McIntyre here. Drew McIntyre in big trouble, hoisted up. GTS connecting for a second time. Punk into the cover. Is this going to be enough for the victory? CM Punk. No! Big kick out found by Drew McIntyre again. Somehow, someway, Drew McIntyre still surviving. Big knee drop off of the top rope, and CM Punk is looking for it again here. CM Punk looking to maybe apply an Anaconda Vice again, perhaps here. But Drew McIntyre finding a couple of big strikes to the midsection. And now Drew McIntyre with a big shoulder tackle, knocking CM Punk down to the mat. And Drew McIntyre backs it up into the corner with the countdown. Claymore kick connecting for a second time. And into the cover he goes. Drew McIntyre looking for the victory. No! CM Punk powers out once again. Now Drew McIntyre backs up into the corner once more, and a big boot in the corner. Drew McIntyre could be looking to put CM Punk away here. Is it going to be enough? Can he connect for a third time with the Claymore kick? Drew McIntyre, is he going to get the victory over CM Punk? No! Big kick out found again. How is Punk doing this? A third Claymore kick. And CM Punk is still hanging in there, but now with a bit of a crossface locked in, CM Punk, is he going to tap out here to the Scottish psychopath? And Drew McIntyre releases the hold. CM Punk now slowly back to his feet. Drew McIntyre with a big right hand. Now Drew looking to apply an arm lock or an arm bar here, but CM Punk with a couple of big strikes to the midsection, finding a reversal. And now Drew sent off the ropes here. CM Punk with a big drop kick right on the jaw. What a main event this is. This is premium live event worthy. But now offered a springboard into the clothesline, connecting, didn't catch all of it. CM Punk, but now CM Punk with a DDT to the foot and the ankle, targeting the legs. But now CM Punk backing it up into the corner as Drew McIntyre slowly Makes his way back to his feet here and a knee to the jaw. Typical of CM Punk. And now CM Punk in the center of the ring. This has got to be it. He's hooked it in. The Anaconda Vice locked in here. But hold on a second. What on earth is this? Seth freaking Rollins with a stomp to CM Punk here. And now Seth freaking Rollins out of the ring and leaving CM Punk. What on earth is that all about? Seth freaking Rollins causing a disqualification here. Leaving CM Punk laid out on the ring. Drew McIntyre's rolled to the outside. And Seth freaking Rollins, oh my word, you may want to turn around. The World Heavyweight Champion, Bron Breakker is here. Seth freaking Rollins is in trouble. And spear by Bron Breakker. Almost cutting Seth freaking Rollins in half. And Bron Breakker isn't finished. He's making his way down to ringside. And oh my word, Drew McIntyre slowly back to his feet here. You may want to stay down, Drew, because Bron Breakker charging around. Spear connecting to Drew McIntyre. Well, the WWE Universe want to see another spear here. Bron Breakker laying out his #1 contender. But CM Punk is still inside the ring, laid out right now. As Bron Breakker could potentially be looking to pick the bones. Of course, CM Punk did hit a GTS on both Bron Breakker and Drew McIntyre last week. And now Bron Breakker seems to be getting some revenge. The WWE Universe want to see another spear here. And the World Champion setting up another spear connecting to CM Punk. And I mean, Bron Breakker has definitely got his revenge. But CM Punk made a lot of enemies